that's out. Ireland get their first wicket. And that's what Boyd Rankin has been. And Ireland get the first wicket. Pakistan 13 for 1.
Yeah, I mean, he's shaping up like that throughout the innings. Just Sarjeel with good pair of hands, and Boyd Rankin is off the mark, and Azhar Ali is gone for 4.
So success for Ireland in the previous over, with Boyd Rankin taking their first wicket. As Mirza continues. And the big appeal, and it's out. So that's 2 and 2. And Ireland are in dreamland here. The new man, Sarjeel. It's Imad, my apologies, Imad. Of course, it was the first ball of the 9th over. And Pakistan fall to 13 for 2, and we're only in the 9th over on the 2nd day. Great success for Ireland.
Oh, fantastic success, because he was shaping to play that defensive shot and lost the plot in the end. Remember, there is no review process in this test series, in this test match, and so how close was this? Where did it pitch? I think that is important. It came back ever so slightly and hit him while he was still on his way to playing that off the front foot. Is gone.
Yeah, that looks pretty plumb, doesn't it? It pitched in line, straightened up, and there was a huge appeal. Pakistan now in trouble, 13 for 2. Well, we've had 2 wickets, 2 balls to Mirza. Gets Imam LBW in the previous ball. And possibly a run out here. Well, you got the reaction of the crowd. The batsman of the non-striker's end, Sarjeel, looking for a quick single. Shy of the stumps, just missed it. This could have been close.
Yeah, I mean, he was initially looking for a run. His partner at the non-strikers was out of the crease, and there have been curtains, I think, that hit it. Hit the stumps directly.
Stuart Thompson, yeah. Coming in from the offside, just missed. And a leave and a rebuild here with Sarjeel in and Safiq joining him. Safiq scored 186 against Northants in one of the warm-up games before this test, but that looked plumb at line.
Yeah, I mean, he just misread the line and the length and the movement. It was straight on, hitting the stumps. Very good effort from Ireland after a low-key first half an hour. They're bouncing back.
4 slips in now. And that's just dropped short. Well, it's all happening out there, isn't it? Green tinge on the wicket, ball moving about all over the place, and Ireland on top.
Yeah, playing it low, such a big. He has this tendency to go low at the ball, and the ball jumping just a little bit more than his expectations. Was carried to the slip corner. Just poking his bat and dropping his wrist, and I think that is the reason why the ball didn't carry to the slips. It's well played in the end.
Eyes of boos and ahs out there. The supporters that have arrived today early have seen 2 wickets. Pakistan 13 for 2. That's not a sorry looking card for Pakistan at the moment, as they've only gone for 4, and gone for 7. Just the 2 bowlers used for Ireland so far. Both have taken wickets. Last ball of the 5th over for Tim Mirza. So applause around the ground. And Ireland getting the breakthrough that they wanted. Pakistan 13 for 2.
ये दिल आपके लिए इतना कुछ चाहता है और आप उस दिल के लिए क्या चाहते हैं? रखिए इस दिल का ख्याल नए हबीब के ऑयल के साथ।
क्या करें? दिल का मामला है।
Change bowling from the Castle End, Boyd Rankin, and he got a ball with the final ball of his last over, and as a reward it's been taken off. So Tyrone Kane coming in from the Castle End, and a no ball. They're going to run through for a quick single here. Once again, shy the stumps. Kamikaze running out there. Right, Tyrone Kane, the 23-year-old Dubliner, plays his first-class cricket with Leinster Lightning. First game for Ireland in 3 years starts with a no ball.
For Shafiq, a promotion that he wanted because he's been extremely successful batting at number 6 for Pakistan. 9 test match hundreds batting at 6. With Misbah and Yunus now out of the picture, he's taken on the pedestal of being a senior batsman, hence batting at number 4.
Yeah, made his last test match against Sri Lanka in Dubai last October. Leaves that a ring of 5 in the slipcord now for Ireland as they keep applying on this pressure, having taken those early wickets. Haris Salail and Safiq now on a rebuilding platform here. And we know the outfield is damp from yesterday, from the heavy rain and the washout we had as well. There'll be a little tinge as well in this pitch. Good toss to win.
Very good toss to win and bowl. Pakistan looking for some movement, and I think they're preempting it the way they've batted so far. They've not looked rock solid. Now, what about the Pakistan squad? As early used to bat at number 3, now opens the innings. Imam ul Haq, obviously, is the left-hander, was just dismissed. Haris Sohail, Shafiq, Babar Azam. Now, Babar Azam needs to score big in Test cricket. His one-day record is fabulous. Sarfraz, the captain, Fahim Ashraf, is a good all-rounder, making his debut. Shadab, the leggy. Then the 3 paces. Sikander, Ramiz, left arm.
2 test debutants today for Pakistan, and Imad, who's departed, and Fahim Test caps out before the start of play today. 141 years in the waiting for Ireland to make their debut on the test match circuit. Ireland able to apply this pressure early, having got those early wickets, that ring, as I say, of what, 5 slips, looking for that sideways movement, and Rankin certainly got it, and Mirza, who's able to swing the ball, certainly got it from the Dublin road end.
Yeah, just got to consolidate what's been earned in the last few overs. 2 wickets have gone down, Pakistan under pressure. They're playing the slip cordon, Pakistani batsmen looking at 4 or 5 slips and waiting for the ball to swing away, seam away from their off stump. I think they just need to be a little bit more positive. 15 for 2 after 10 overs.
The first test for Ireland is Pakistan on 15 for 2 on a bright sunny morning here in Malahide on the north of Dublin. Mirza continues, beats the outside edge once again.
It's an issue, it has been an issue so far for most of the Pakistani batsmen, not being able to know where the off stump is, very gingerly across to that line. Not close, but not close enough. Getting there.
We had action very first ball today when Pakistan tried a quick single. The man ended up in the wars. Pins of movement between Niall O'Brien, who's trying to kick the ball into Rowan Kane. Again, a push forward at that one, straight to the wicketkeeper. But this is good stuff from Mirza. We've seen it though recently, playing for Middlesex, getting that kind of movement at Lords as well.
It's a movement enough to beat the bat. He's not swinging it a mile, but just enough to keep the batsman guessing. And what they need to do is just rotate the strike in such situations when the going is tough for you. Make sure that you steal that run, get to the other end.
It's time to leave. It's going to be a busy summer for Ireland cricket. They've got Afghanistan coming here. They've got 2 T20 games against India. There's also talk about opening up the prospect of touring Pakistan. Warren Dutron, the CEO of Cricket Ireland, has said that that is a possibility.
Hello? 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 Hello?
now.
The Pakistan batsman with his incessant chatter at times, a bit of movement. Back into the batsman there. Three slips and 8 for them, and for the whole of the Irish cricket fraternity who are here in their thousands today.
It's not been a bad start at all. 2 wickets down, Pakistan struggling. Green on the pitch, so they bowl well. The ball has settled down. It's now moving quite appreciably. There is another example of what a good line they bowl to most of these Pakistani batsmen. Not entirely there. Shafiq is a pretty good scorer at this level, and he's finding it tough. Yeah, almost went like a leg break.
Good leave in the end. Ahmed, Azhar Ali. 4, Imam for 7.
Got to keep your back close to the body. Make sure that you not go hard at the ball. It's about seeing it early and playing it late. Must feel different to Asad Shafiq. So used to batting at number 6, number 7 at times. Sohail also batting for the first time at number 3 post.
Moving batted at 6 normally, yeah. Pressure for Ireland. The Pakistani pair looking to push on, but it's not happening for them so far. Pakistan 15 for 2.
Chocolate disk ke saath, deliciously creamy with cookie crumbs, topped with a layer of crunchy chocolate or fruity iconic dip. Show your love by sharing the new cornetto disk cookies and dream.
ये दिल आपके लिए इतना कुछ चाहता है और आप उस दिल के लिए क्या चाहते हैं? रखिए इस दिल का ख्याल नए हबीब को ऑयल के साथ.
क्या करें? दिल का मामला है.
Stadium in Malahide as Tim Mirza continues from the Dublin Road end. Very disappointing day yesterday for Cricket Ireland. Washout cost them something around €75,000 having to give ticket refunds. So they had sold about 4,500 before the gates opened today, so they were hoping that a lot of those who didn't get to see Test cricket yesterday would make their way to the ground today. Full refunds yesterday. It's cost them around €1 million to actually set up this weekend of Test cricket.
It's the coldest I've ever been to a cricket ground. So cold. Yeah, in Lahore it was 40 degrees when I took that flight to Ireland, and it was what, about 10?
10, yeah, it felt about 2.
2, absolutely. It's just so cold.
We got a combination of left and right hand bats. And there, that's the scene.
It's a beautiful cricket ground. Very homely, very cozy, it appears. It is. Oh, that's a regular occurrence now. Not being able to get the body behind that line, and there's been so much of play and miss.
He's getting the ball to pitch and move, isn't he, Mirza? Batsman offering the face of the bat, but he's getting good movement, and that's the reason why they have 4 slips. And a backward point. Mid on, mid off. Fine leg for Ireland as Mirza comes in again from the Dublin Road end.
I don't think they've got to go wide to Pakistani batsmen. Just keep the ball within the stumps, because there's enough movement really from that angle to get the outside edge. I think it's a wasted effort by bowling the wider fifth stump line to them.
Sarjeel on 2. Shafiq yet to get off the mark. It's Kevin O'Brien. Close in.
Good thinking, just keeping the ball within the stumps, so something different for batsmen to tackle. Did it with half the blade, Asad Shafiq. Because you're so dead set on playing that line outside the off stump. Suddenly when the ball is bowled within the stumps, it can hoodwink you and get you into a difficult position to play that ball. Short leg is a good fielder to have. Pressure, plus a chance of an inside edge.
That's a lovely shot down the ground. Shafiq off the mark. Should be at least 3 here. And side on 2. Rankin gets to the ball, prevents the third wrong. Just a nice little push down the ground to get off the mark finally.
That's an excellent.
Cornetto cookies and dream. Up barely the fun chocolate disc ke saath. Deliciously creamy with cookie crumbs. Topped with a layer of crunchy chocolate. Or woody iconic dip. Show your love by sharing the new Cornetto disc cookies and dream.
ये दिल आपके लिए इतना कुछ चाहता है और आप इस दिल के लिए क्या चाहते हैं? रखिए इस दिल का ख्याल नए हबीब कुकी ऑयल के साथ.
क्या करें? दिल का मामला है.
Cornetto cookies and dream. Up barely the fun chocolate disc ke saath. Deliciously creamy with cookie crumbs. Topped with a layer of crunchy chocolate. Or woody iconic dip. Show your love by sharing the new Cornetto disc cookies and dream.
So Ireland's bowlers have certainly done the business this morning. 13 overs gone. Stanham only scored 18 runs. Of course, this is a test match, so there's plenty of time. Tyrone Kane continues. Any success for Ireland here in Malahide. Ireland have played a lot of their cricket in Clontarf, which is just down the road from here, but they've been using Malahide in the last couple of years. There is plans for a brand new Irish purse-built cricket stadium in Abbottstown, which is the Institute of Sport, with a lot of soccer and football and Gaelic games action up there. The National Aquatic Centre also there, but Abbottstown will be the new home of Irish cricket in a couple of years. Here at Malahide, it's like they're going to be the second boundary of the morning. It's pushed down the ground by Sarjeel. Takes them on to 6.
It's a beautiful shot. I didn't try to overpower the bowler here. Just sweet timing and nothing more than that. Leaning into that drive and finding the gap through mid-off. That's got to be a confidence booster for the left-hander. Smacked out of the middle of the bat. Good shot.
Yeah, make it feel a whole lot better. Nice to get one off the middle. Tries to repeat that shot, doesn't quite come off, but that'll make it feel a whole lot better.
Not a bad ploy really to ask the batsman to drive, because you can get them into that driving frame of mind, and then there's a chance of an outside edge as well. A couple of deliveries have been pitched up, over-pitched in fact. One has gone for 4, the other one wasn't played that brightly by the left-hander.
So some of the people coming into the ground. Nice official souvenir program on sale to the patrons coming in today. If you're coming to the ground, hope to see you around later. A great start from Ireland. 22 for 2. Different mindset for Ireland, of course, today. Longer form of the game. They played so many ODIs and T20s. A little loose, Tyrone Kane.
And got to be on target. He's bowled a couple of wide deliveries. He's been driven for 4 as well. Good to see young kids come and watch Test cricket. experience for these kids as well. Wearing Pakistani jerseys, little fans. A lot of people that have traveled across from US to watch this. Met a bunch of this morning.
It's Rashid Cricket Club in the north of Dublin. I played a couple of games with them myself, actually, a few years ago. See the various banners around the ground. That's the end of the over. Pakistan 22 for 2.
जब पूरी फैमिली हो रही हो बोर, तब सबके लिए नया कनॉट फैमिली पैक। इसका चटपटा फ्लेवर बोरियत को बदल दे मस्ती में। अब नई पैकेजिंग में कनॉट नूडल्स फैमिली पैक सिर्फ 99 रुपए में।
ये दिल आपके लिए इतना कुछ चाहता है और आप इस दिल के लिए क्या चाहते हैं? रखिए इस दिल का ख्याल नए हबीब कुकिंग ऑयल के साथ।
क्या करें, दिल का मामला है।
Cornetto cookies and dream अब पहली दफा chocolate disc के साथ deliciously creamy with cookie crumbs topped with a layer of crunchy chocolate और वही iconic dip. Show your love by sharing the new Cornetto disc cookies and dream.
ये दिल आपके लिए इतना कुछ चाहता है और आप इस दिल के लिए क्या चाहते हैं? रखिए इस दिल का ख्याल नए हबीब कुकिंग ऑयल के साथ।
क्या करें, दिल का मामला है।
Cornetto cookies and dream अब पहली दफा chocolate disc के साथ deliciously creamy with cookie crumbs topped with a layer of crunchy chocolate और वही iconic dip. Show your love by sharing the new Cornetto disc cookies and dream.
Bit of bounce, you know. The man next to me, he's got a rugby background and he's got a cricket background. Alan Lewis, welcome. Alan, and Trent Johnson was sitting there, Alan, and I said, what an occasion. How do you feel about this out there watching this game?
Well, it's two really. It's massively proud and in part a great relief.
I think relief is a good word because they almost shed that cloak of weight of expectation off.
Well, we were talking about it for years and years and years really, and you know how few games that we had, you know, with, let's call it the golden generation as it was called, between 11 and 15. I think we only played 8 games of ODI cricket, and this was always the aspiration. And I think, you know, when I think in particular of Ed Joyce is one that really just springs to mind for me. You know, clearly, in my opinion, Ireland's greatest batsman ever. And even in the context of having gone to England, for me, never to see Ed play a test match for England, I think was extraordinary relative to his ability.
Yeah, he's 39 now, Ed, and I've mentioned it earlier that he comes from a family. There's 5 brothers, 4 sisters, 9 of them. And the 2 sisters he has, Isabel and Cecilia, both played for Irish, the women's team. Isabel made a mark. She captained Ireland women. Your daughters, you've got a couple of daughters who play for Ireland, the Ireland women's team.
Yeah, there's, I think on certainly 2 occasions or 3 occasions, there was either 2 or 3 sets of sisters that have played in the same team together. So both my daughters have played. The younger daughter is about to probably embark on a series against New Zealand in a month's time. So really excited about everything to do with cricket and how their game has come on. They're 10th in the world themselves, so you know they're in a qualifying tournament to go to the Caribbean in November.
Pick that up, 15 gone, 22 for 2.
ये दिल आपके लिए इतना कुछ चाहता है और आप इस दिल के लिए क्या चाहते हैं? रखिए इस दिल का ख्याल नए हबीब कुकिंग ऑयल के साथ।
क्या करें, दिल का मामला है।
Cornetto cookies and dream अब पहली दफा chocolate disc के साथ deliciously creamy with cookie crumbs topped with a layer of crunchy chocolate और वही iconic dip. Show your love by sharing the new Cornetto disc cookies and dream. जब पूरी फैमिली हो रही हो बोर, तब सबके लिए नया कनॉट फैमिली पैक। इसका चटपटा फ्लेवर बोरियत को बदल दे मस्ती में। अब नई पैकेजिंग में कनॉट नूडल्स फैमिली पैक सिर्फ 99 रुपए में। Cornetto cookies and dream अब पहली दफा chocolate disc ke saath, deliciously creamy with cookie crumbs, topped with a layer of crunchy chocolate or woody iconic dip. Show your love.
And here he is now, playing for the country of his birth.
Well, it's funny because I suppose you have in a sense your own eye. There you are, nearly 40 years of age. Oldest test debutant by 2 years, and Tim Murtagh third there, 36, nearly 37 years of age. And in one sense, obviously it's a wee bit of a pity for them, but the other a fantastic reward. And in a sense, they've brought Ireland to where we are. He's been
absolutely.
You know, he's been the yardstick as a batsman.
Shot squeezes this through. Sarjeel hasn't quite timed this, and I think they'll settle for 2. No, they're going to go back for a third. It's the first 3 of this test match.
Good bit of backing up by Kevin O'Brien there. Probably prevented another run. He's a bit bemused.
I think the surface, so much rain fell yesterday. Parts of the outfield are a little slower than others, and there is a bit of an upslope there where this ball went there. You can just see those shaded areas there. There's some trees. And Kevin O'Brien has done well.
Well, it's quite funny, Alan, when this ground was the old ground, that tree was in play. It's a wee bit like Canterbury.
Canterbury. That's a chance, was it? It counts as 4. Tyrone Kane won't enjoy that.
Well, in one sense, Alan, he won't mind it either. It certainly went in the air through there wide of William Porterfield, I would imagine. And away for 4. Really, really good start by Ireland here, Alan. Bowled with great control. Ball is moving, swinging.
Well, this is the first time that I've seen young Tyrone Kane. And he's come into the side. Here he is, Tyrone Kane. It's my first view of him. I've not seen him. But tell us more about him, Alan.
Well, Tyrone Kane would be, again, a player who a lot of players come through Ireland from a family background. Tyrone would have had no background in cricket whatsoever. Took it up at the age of 6 for the Merrion Club. He's played 4 matches, has 9 wickets.
4 first class, and you're playing a test match.
No.
Will be a run now. It's a bit greasy on parts, the square here. Beautifully presented, this cricket ground, I must say that. But so much rain yesterday, there's going to be some greasy areas.
Absolutely. And going back to Tyrone Kane, you said there 4 first-class matches. We've got to go through these periods. We've had an aging team, and it's now time that we introduced some younger players. I think there was just such a frantic nature to what we were doing around this test status that, you know, how are we going to try maybe 1 or 2 younger players? And you know, 30 for 2 after 6.
Cornetto cookies and dream. Ab pehli dafa chocolate disc ke saath, deliciously creamy with cookie crumbs, topped with a layer of crunchy chocolate or woody iconic dip. Show your love by sharing the new Cornetto disc cookies and dream. जब पूरी फैमिली हो रही हो बोर, तब सबके लिए नया कनॉट फैमिली पैक. इसका चटपटा फ्लेवर बोरियत को बदल दे मस्ती में. अब नई पैकेजिंग में कनॉट नूडल्स फैमिली पैक सिर्फ 99 रुपए में. Cornetto cookies and dream. अब पहली दफा chocolate disc के साथ, deliciously creamy with cookie crumbs, topped with a layer of crunchy chocolate or woody iconic dip. Show your love by sharing the new Cornetto disc cookies and dream.
Dublin.
And we all know how much you love Dublin.
Oh. Been coming here many years. Many years. But now Pakistan here have lost a couple of wickets. 2 down, they were put in to bat, and it's a good toss for Ireland to win, for William Porterfield to win.
Yeah, I don't know whether they were. There was talk around the ground that they might bat, but I think it was a wise decision. I think it was a wise decision.
Good lift, good start. Boyd ranking has given nothing. So the first wicket was Azhar Ali got turned around by Boyd Ranking, and William Porterfield took the catch at second slip. Then this LBW, Imad by Tim Murtagh. The score was on 13, and there's no doubt about this. It pitched on, it just straightened up and hit him bang in front.
Trademark Tim Murtagh, that wicket.
I was just reading a bit about you. You know, if you're wondering who the Alan, I'm saying Alan because it's Alan Lewis who's sitting alongside. Played for years for Ireland cricket when he's one of the great rugby referees, international referees. And I read that you played Mosman in Sydney, the Mosman Club.
Yeah, played for Mosman 85, 86.
I have a good friend, and she's a great friend of all of us in commentary, Lisa Starlaker. Played two-time World Cup winning champion with Australia. She is now the head coach at Mosman. And I think Lisa might be listening to us in India. She's doing the IPL.
I think we might have another man who's in the box that might have plied his trade for Mosman for 4 seasons, he tells me. So, beautiful place to play, Allen Border Oval. Probably in the era I was there, it was kind of, do Ireland play cricket, man?
I hope you put him right. Trent Johnson's the man you're talking about, of course, TJ. And I know that Melanie Jones, Mel is also, she's listening, Melanie, over there in India. The girls are doing a great job with Isha Guha and Anjum Chopra, the first female commentators in the IPL. Oh, Trent Johnson's become shy. I never thought I'd say that.
Not like him. Always likes to be at the forefront of things, Big TJ. Up front and central, ever since he sawed that air off. I reckon he's got the shiniest topper. I think he shines it every morning, TJ, that. A little bit of clean. I think you can comb your hair in that. Looked into that head.
Bit of a little issue here with the side screen. So Harris Sohail is on strike. He's got 9. Got a bit of a sort of a light grey side screen at the moment. But still, it's an attacking field. Sorry, Alan. It said still. I like this from William Porterfield. He's got Pakistan 2 down. He still get the 3 slips in a gully.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the end of the 17th. Pakistan 31 for 2.
Cornetto cookies and dream. A barely the fat chocolate disc ke saath. Deliciously creamy with cookie crumbs. Topped with a layer of crunchy chocolate or woody iconic dip. Show your love by sharing the new Cornetto disc cookies and dream.
ये दिल आपके लिए इतना कुछ चाहता है और आप उस दिल के लिए क्या चाहते हैं? रखिए इस दिल का ख्याल नए हबीब कुकिंग ऑयल के साथ.
क्या करें? दिल का मामला है.
Cornetto cookies and dream. A barely the fat chocolate disc ke saath. Deliciously creamy with cookie crumbs. Topped with a layer of crunchy chocolate or woody iconic dip. Show your love by sharing the new Cornetto disc cookies and dream.
ये दिल आपके लिए इतना कुछ चाहता है और आप उस दिल के लिए क्या चाहते हैं? रखिए इस दिल का ख्याल नए हबीब कुकिंग ऑयल के साथ.
क्या करें? दिल का मामला है.
And Ireland will get underway here with the 2 T20 internationals, India.
And surprise, surprise, they're sellouts.
Well, this has been a good selling crowd as well. Yesterday was awful, wasn't it? I mean, that was just a horrible day.
It was awful for everyone, you know, with the sense of occasion, cap ceremony, everything that was planned. But just so glad that we're here bathed in sunshine. Beautiful ground. Ireland starting so well. And William Porterville will be delighted. Still, as you say, attacking 3 slips in a gully. Stuart Thompson looks to be warming up at just in front of square as Ireland's 4th seamer. Just back from 139 for the Northwest Warriors against the Leinster Lightning. In the lead up to this test was probably instrumental in him being picked for this match.
So Alan, let me just ask you then, the fact that we've now got the men's side has made their bow in Test cricket 18 years after the Irish women's side did the same, and they beat Pakistan here. Anne Linehan, the Irish women's captain, who captained Ireland to that Test win over Pakistan. You have 2 daughters playing cricket. Is the gospel of cricket really spreading now through the counties? 32 counties in Ireland, of course.
Well, it's growing and has grown enormously. I think another feature has been, I think the last statistics, the Asian community has been there's been a significant growth area in that, and obviously we've had players in the past. I played with Bobby Rao, you had Trent who played with Nazir Shokat, and obviously Simi Singh has played ODI cricket. So they're markers moving forward, but the growth of the game has been significant, and the girls' game has, for the first time I was talking to their coach yesterday, and they've got a lead-up tournament. I reckon there's going to be decent competition, particularly for batting places, which is a great sign for them. Of course, we've had Kim Garth down, Isabel Joyce down in the Big Bash, came on the leading side with the Sixers on the winning team, and I think she was the 2nd leading wicket taker in the tournament. So, they're beginning to really make their mark.
Mel Jones would kill me if I didn't correct you. The women's Big Bash, the WBB.
Oh,
she would. She would give me a smack across the wrist.
I wouldn't want to get a
No, not from Mel. No. Well bowled. Good stuff. Maiden over. 18 gone. 31 for 2.
Barely the fudge chocolate disc ke saath, deliciously creamy with cookie crumbs, topped with a layer of crunchy chocolate or fruity iconic dip. Show your love by sharing the new cornetto disc cookies and cream.
Pakistan have been put into bat here, and a little piece of paper has come my way from Mirza. It's the first time since the year 2000 that there are 12 debutants in a test match. Well, of course, there are 11. There were 10 in the Irish team because Boyd Rankin played for England. Mirza, you can't pull the wool over Mirza Arshad's eyes, I can tell you that. And of course,
Mirza's loving this. He's loving it.
He's never wrong. Never take him on. 2000, of course, it was Bangladesh against India. And 14 debuted in that match. Zahir Khan, it was his debut test match, and that was in Dhaka, the Bangabandhu Stadium. What about this pitch, Alan? We've seen 1 or 2 balls, keeping a bit low. We get some steepling down, some with other deliveries.
I think it's generally a pretty good pitch here. I think a lot of people read things into it that aren't there. It's obviously on the slow side, but it's a bit tennis ball bouncy at times. But Frosty's done a really good job here with the pitches. I was held there for a moment. Oh, Philip Frost, of course.
Well, Ireland's got a busy time coming up. Throughout June, they've got matches against the Netherlands and Scotland and a tri-series there. Those are those two T20 internationals against T20s and ODIs.
Well, it's squirted away. Chase from Gary Wilson. It's an area that's been busy in this test match so far.
Now, by that time, of course, by the time Afghanistan get here in August, they will have played their test cricket, their test match against India at Bengaluru in Bangalore, and they would have been the 12th test playing country.
Isn't that good?
It's fantastic. That's what we want.
Again, Boyd Rankin has been bowling well, but I'd probably like to see the batsman playing at more deliveries.
He's given nothing away, has he? 1 for 5. He's in his 7th over here.
A lot of balls have... left, but he's gone through different spells in his career. Since Rob Castle, the bowling coach, has come in, I've really noticed a new rhythm about him, confidence, because I think he was a real confidence kid.
Squeeze this out for a couple here. Should just be 2. I think they're settling for 2. End of 19 overs. It's 35 for 2. So Pakistan put into bat here this morning. Not a ball bowled yesterday. It was a pretty grim day to be in Dublin. Change of bowling for Ireland now as Tyrone Kane makes way for Stuart Thompson, 26 years of age. What does he bring?
But obviously on the back of conditions that we've had here, Ireland playing 4 seamers probably deepens the batting that way a little bit, but it's going to be an important spell for him. He's been around the Ireland squad for a long time, a lot of promise, probably hasn't fulfilled that true promise. Another interesting one in the line of players. I played against O'Brien's father, I played against O'Brien's father, and indeed Stuart Thompson's father I played with, so it just shows you the family influence in cricket. He's from the Eglinton club in the northwest.
Here's his first ball in Test cricket.
He's a natural athlete. You know, he's the sort of fellow when you see him running around in the field, he's just a natural raw athlete. And I think, you know, with just what goes on upstairs and that little noggin of ours is the thing that can determine where you're going to be and how you're going to be. But hopefully he settles down.
Ooh, that might give the umpire some exercise. Nigel Long.
I would sense it is. First wide of the innings.
Yeah, you're going to be nervous. Whoever you are, Stuart Thompson has been fielding for 19 overs, knowing that he's going to get a ball, and the butterflies, they loom large in your tummy, and they're probably fluttering around like aeroplanes in there right now. Slashed away. It might have been a wicket, but it'll go down as 4.
Probably an injudicious shot at this stage. It's just crept over Paul Sterling and slip. Again, just climbed on him a wee bit.
What Stuart Thompson will enjoy from that delivery was the fact that the ball started to shape nicely. Obviously he gave it a bit too much width and a bit short. Fielded. his presence felt at mid-off.
He's a long way to go down, does our Boyd, but he got down well there. But again, from an Irish perspective, Stuart Thompson settling down here will be very important. Picked as a four-seamer. We'll probably try and, if at all possible, play a wee bit of a holding role. Again, that was quite wide. Ireland have left the solitary spinner in the team out for this. McBride.
Well, Sterling can bowl some spin.
Paul Sterling, they've shown him on vid there. Paul Sterling does, in fact, in white ball cricket, I certainly feel he doesn't bowl enough. But, and again, funny enough, I was talking last year to Mike Gadding in Middlesex, who also feels he doesn't bowl enough for Middlesex either. So, extremely talented cricketer. I think, and I don't know whether it's true, but it just appears to me he's a reluctant. Did you meet many of those in your career?
Yeah. You get them, and some of them got the most talent. That's the thing. And, well, it depends on your captain as well. I think, you know, if we get good weather here for the next 2 or 3 days, then Paul Sterling might have to come into his own as a bowler. It's the single to finish the over. 20 overs gone. It's 41 for 2.
Cornetto cookies and dreams are barely the fudge chocolate disc ke saath. Deliciously creamy with cookie crumbs, topped with a layer of crunchy chocolate or fruity iconic dip. Show your love by sharing the new Cornetto disc cookies and dream.
That's good advice there from Niall O'Brien. Get the feedback from the keeper. What a setting this is. These are temporary stands that have been erected around this beautiful ground here in Malahide. England played Ireland in a one-day international here 5 years ago, where William Porterfield scored 100, but on that day, Tyrone Kane comes back into the attack from the Dublin Road end. On that day, Ravi Bopara got 100, and Owen Morgan, captaining England, 124 now against the country of his birth. Shot. That's a screen away for 4. Bit too short and wide, that one from Tyrone Kane.
I think it took Stuart Thompson by surprise. There was hit extremely hard. Square the wicket. Beautiful shot.
That's only the 5th boundary of the day. We've only had 5 boundaries all morning. Play began promptly at 11 o'clock. 3 of them from Asad Shafiq. Were you there that day? Were you here when England beat Ireland?
There's been a couple of momentous days, and that was one of them. Because I think that was, well, it was obviously at that time, the ground capacity with health and safety was 10,000, and 10,000 were packed in. It was the first time that I saw the ground like this, and again, that was one. It was a fantastically competitive match.
Well bowled.
Porterfield's 100 was fantastic. Trent. Tim Murtagh had England 48 for 4.
Boyd Rankin took 4 wickets, I think, in that match.
He might have done. But I wasn't really concerned about Boyd Rankin at that time because he was playing for the other side. You understand what I mean, don't you?
I thought all your referees were neutral.
Not when you're watching your own country.
There's the beautiful Irish cricket sweater there with the shamrock. Actually, it looks like a new design cricket test sweater for Pakistan. There's the beautiful shamrock there in the middle of the Irish sweater. They'll be collector's items, I think.
Where's the green and yellow goal from Pakistan? Maybe Ramiz will be able to tell us that a wee bit later on.
Yes, Ramiz is a fashion consultant in his spare time. No, but it's a new design, isn't it? You've got the lovely star there for Pakistan, but normally you're right. You'd be you'd have those bands, wouldn't you, around the neck and at the bottom of the sweater for Pakistan.
Well, we were always the two countries competing for green.
Now you've got Bangladesh, South Africa.
Sorry.
End of the over, 21 gone, 45 for 2.
पूरी फैमिली हो रही हो बोर, तब सबके लिए नया कनॉट फैमिली पैक। इसका चटपटा फ्लेवर बोरियत को बदल दे मस्ती में। अब नई पैकेजिंग में कनॉट नूडल्स फैमिली पैक सिर्फ 99 रुपए में।
Trent Johnson and our one and only Ramiz Roger.
Thank you, Wilco. They worked extremely hard to bowl that channel outside the off stump. It's a very good angle to bowl to a Pakistani batsman who like to just drive at times away from the body, hang their bat at that line. Yeah, very good from Sarjeel.
And again, you'll see Thompson hitting that length, maybe just coming back into the batsman a little bit there. I've spoken about before, he's a big strapping bowler. When he hits the crease and completes his follow through and completes his action, he certainly can be a handful for opposition batsmen.
Well, this was expected for things to get progressively easier for Pakistani batsmen, because the sting seems to have just subsided a bit off the track. We saw earlier the ball to move around quite appreciably at times. It took off from the length as well, but things seem to have settled down a bit in the last 15-20 minutes.
It certainly has been an arm wrestle, probably the first hour and 10 minutes like you're mentioning, and then the last 20 minutes or so, Pakistan have started to get into a little bit of their groove. Obviously the third and fourth change bowlers have come on Kane and Thompson, and probably released a little bit of the pressure that Rankin and Mirza delivered in the first hour. So it's a big 30 minutes here for Ireland. If they can go to lunch at 4 for 6.
That's a bit of extra bottom hand use in that drive from the left-hander. Shaping to drive it through the offside. One thing that Sarjeel has done well so far in this innings, he hasn't really gone hard at the ball. It's about just timing the ball and not bashing it hard. With and finds the fielder at point.
Yeah, it's interesting there.
It's 47 for 2.
Cornetto cookies and dream. A pehli dafa chocolate disc ke saath. Deliciously creamy with cookie crumbs. Topped with a layer of crunchy chocolate. Or koi iconic dip. Show your love by sharing the new Cornetto disc cookies and dream.
Prolific scorers, both Haris Sohail and Asad Shafiq at the domestic level. Asad Shafiq at the test level also has been outstanding. Keep on doing that. He's clever enough to pick a run, just rotate the strike, keep the momentum rolling.
He certainly has a temperament to build an innings here. You know, watching him play test match cricket, you know, he's not overawed by any situation and plays the ball on its merits. You know, he's quite happy to take the singles when they're on offer, out in the covers or mid-wicket. You know, a quality player. You know, it's going to be a big job, like I mentioned, for Thompson and Kane to try and make that third breakthrough. And in comes Kane again.
No spinner in the Irish lineup. Does that surprise you a bit, Trent?
It does, yeah. Obviously playing a few games here in Malahide and those sort of things. You know, looking at the wicket the way it was, you know, 2 days ago. Obviously we didn't get a chance to look at it yesterday with the rain. But there's a lot of grass on there, and he's taken a lot of that grass off. You know, it's a bit dry around the outsides of the wicket. Just think having that extra variation. If you throw Kevin O'Brien into the mix, that's 5 swing bowlers. To have that extra spinner in there is something a little bit different.
Problem is that when a partnership rolls up, then you need to change the dynamics, the pace of the game. Get a guy who can spin the ball, just pace of the ball at times can work even against a subcontinent batting lineup.
Yeah, absolutely. You look at the team there, you've got Thompson and Kane batting at 8 and 9. You know, someone like McBride is of a quality of their standard as well with the cricket bat. So to give it something a little bit different with the off spin, certainly an option.
Yeah, he's good there. That's a nice shot. In control and working the ball with his wrists. 50 is raised. It's not 50 for 2.
I think the other thing is that you've still got Paul Sterling to bowl some off spin. You know, he's quite handy to tie down an end and those sort of things. Bowls a lot one-day cricketers, opener bowling and one-day cricket for Ireland. So, you know, is he going to get in there and actually get that, to break that partnership to get that extra wicket? That's the thing, you know. I think that more of at this level, to have a more specialised spinner in your team is a bonus, especially in multi-day cricket.
Getting behind the line of that one, looking good. Haris Sohail, always is useful to have a left-hander thrown in the number 3 position or in the middle of the innings. It's been one-dimensional bowling attack so far. It's pace, 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 and more pace from Ireland. What happens when things subside and when they get less of the lateral movement? That is when the test will begin for them. Is it into the gap for a run? Come back for 2, in fact.
Yeah, I think especially you're talking about the balance of the team and you have those chances in Thompson's first over that flew over top of first slip, that, you know, those half chances you've got to take, especially against a quality batsman and a quality batting team and a cricketing team like Pakistan. You know, it's
yeah, more from Trent a bit later. 52 for 2. For the loss of 2. On the pads, got to be careful. Don't bowl it there to Asad or Haris. Very good with that flick.
You can see Thompson looking to get that ball to swing, and he's asking a little bit too much, you know, starting it down the line of leg stump. Just like to see him get through the crease a little bit more and really hit that wicket. You know, obviously talking about nerves and those sorts of things, but you know, that should be sort of subsiding now and getting into his rhythm and really getting through the crease and bringing those slips and gully into play.
It's a nod of approval from the slip court. It's a good delivery. Just the bat sort of turning in the hand of Asad Shafiq. times he does that. He just goes big with his bottom hand and the bat turns when it shouldn't be. It's easy for Shafiq, a single leaped. Once again, firing them on the pads.
Yeah, it's certainly, I think from my point of view, you know, Captain Porterfield could be looking to bring back one of his opening bowlers here. You know, leading into the lunch break, you know, a Mirza or Rankin to partner up Kane or Thompson, just to apply that little bit of pressure and see if we can break this partnership that's is a little bit dangerous at the moment.
This is a solid partnership, now worth 40. A lot depends on how they carve out a session, a couple of sessions for Pakistan, because after this you've got Babar Azam, who hasn't really been scoring a lot of runs in Test cricket. He'll be in a bit of a stressful position. Sarfraz Ahmed is an all-round cricketer, so after Babar Azam, not a lot of specialists left with the bat. Fahim Ashraf is making his debut as an all-rounder, more a bowling all-rounder than a batting, and then the leggy Shadab and the bowlers. So this effort has got to continue to flourish for Pakistan. Leaves it well alone. It's 53 for 2.
Porterfield's made the decision and bringing back his strike bowler in Tim Murder. You know, Ramiz, you spoke about how important. Oh, it's Kevin O'Brien, is it? Yeah. I think this is an interesting move. I think you spoke about the importance of, you know, this partnership for Pakistan and the depth they have in the batting stakes. Why not bring on, you know, one of our strike bowlers to try and remove these guys before lunch? Maybe he might be thinking about that, relieving Thompson from the top end and bringing a Mirza or Rankin on there. So let's hope that's the case.
Let's see how he targets the right-hander, Asad Shafiq, on strike. Yeah, he's been in control most part of the innings, Asad Shafiq. That was a nice shot straight down, and then a cut shot over the slip court. Another smashing shot, beat the fielder at point. He's looked good of late. Hit him on the glove. One reared up from that length once again.
Brian's been struggling with a shoulder complaint of recent times. Coming in, that's a lovely length from him, especially on this type of wicket. Let's hope he can continue there and ask questions of Shafiq leading into lunch.
That's neatly played away for a run. Need a bit of consistency from Ireland bowling here, because you see them bowl a couple of good deliveries and just throw it away with a couple of balls bowled on the pads.
Yeah, I think that's evident with the way that the field's sort of spread a little bit here. We've taken a slip out, we've got cover in, so you know, we're probably, you know, not applying that pressure as we should do, especially winning the toss, bowling, you know, had under pressure, 2 early wickets. We sort of released that a little bit, so I think the bowling group has, got to get in there and apply a little bit more pressure. But if there's one thing you can say about Kevin O'Brien is he loves to get in a contest. He's a natural wicket taker and partnership breaker, and it's a good move by Porterfield to bring him on at this particular time. And like I said before, I'd like to see one of our strike bowlers come from his top end and really try and make inroads heading into lunch. Having Pakistan 4 for 60, 4 for 65 will be a big tick.
See a bit of variation in this pitch, so Boyd Rankin wouldn't be a bad choice. He's tall, with the movement now being minimized because of the conditions. I think he can develop a bit of theme by hitting the length and getting the ball to jump up a little bit extra.
It'll be interesting to see if there's any sort of indentations in the wicket. It wasn't really rock hard. There was a bit of moisture underneath there. So, if anyone's going to extract that variable bounce, it'll certainly be Boyd.
It's 55 for the loss of 2. That's been called as a wide, so we stay put. It was wide, all right. 56 for 2. It's beautiful out there, nice and sunny compared to what it was yesterday. It's bitterly cold, very grey. Have a look at this.
It's an absolute picture, doesn't it? Like I said earlier on, you'd almost be in 2 different countries compared to what it was in this commentary box yesterday. We're all huddled around and freezing. Now it's great to see cricket being played. First Test match in Ireland. Thompson again getting a bit of swing back in to the left-hander, and maybe just a little bit short again. Maybe Ireland's areas have been a little bit short. I don't know what you think, Ramiz, but I don't think they've asked enough questions, especially when you're looking at 2 slips in a gully, or had 3 slips in a gully early on. We certainly could have had that ball a little bit more fuller, especially the Dukes that does swing.
Oh, that's a beautiful shot. Once again, the timing from Horace Swale was exquisite.
Thompson coming in, starting at the outside leg stump, a little bit of swing, and that's easy cricket at this level. Just ploughs it through mid-wicket. Joyce basically just escorts the ball to the boundary. So Thompson will come in here and just get a little bit tighter towards the stumps.
And coming back to your point, I think the real test of Ireland, as mentioned earlier, would be right now when the conditions just ease out a bit. When they're not getting a lot of help from the pitch, what line, what length to bowl, what feel to have. The conditions were right when the ball was swinging around. I thought at times they were in that area, business area, but at times on the shorter side didn't make the batsman play that many balls.
Thompson there, just trying to take that one away from the left-hander. Yeah, you're 100% right. You know, you've got 10 minutes to lunch now. You'll have another 40 minutes during the lunch break, so the sun will be out there again, taking that moisture out of the wicket, making it harder. Probably, you know, it's certainly not going to be a lot of pace in a wicket. So, you know, it's going to be a matter of sort of millimetres on how the Irish team have to get out there and execute their plans.
Simple, got to attack the wickets a little bit more, because we've seen the ball to jump a little every now and then, so hope for that little bit of extra bite out of the pitch, out of the length, good length.
I think if you go back and have a look through the boundaries, you can see the ball's either been short or it's been too full and wide or down the leg side. So when they've asked questions, you know, they've put Pakistan under pressure. Just hasn't been that on a consistent basis.
That's a loud no from the bowler. He knows that he bowled a bad line. It's 61 for 2. For the loss of 2, Pakistan with a good partnership of 48. Holding himself back just a wee bit here. RS Soil didn't go hard at that drive, or with that drive.
I think that was the line and length that the Irish bowlers have to be looking at on this wicket. A little bit of variable bounce, a little bit of tennis ball bounce, so try and entice the Pakistan batsmen to drive the ball a lot more, especially if you've got your cover fieldsman in there with a little bit of protection.
Yeah, that's well fielded, and this is what Ireland can do at this stage. Make sure that you feel well, gee up the bowler, look for a runner. Just keep them engaged and involved. I think when a partnership is rolling like this, that's the best you can do. If they're not looking to get out, then make sure that you feel well. Get the throws back to the keeper. That's a real tough one for the keeper.
Especially when these partnerships start to build, that's where you've got to look around and test the character of a team and the resolve, and you know, who's going to be the player to stand up and break that partnership. Is it going to be the run out that, you know, Ireland have created 4 or 5 opportunities throughout this first session to take a run out and haven't quite executed that? So, you know, it's about an individual standing up here and, you know, taking control of the game and trying to make that breakthrough, important breakthrough leading into lunch.
Yeah, his radar seemed to be off in this over. A couple of wide deliveries to both Harris and Asad Shafiq.
It could be the film or the covering that's on the Duke's ball that's probably actually starting to come off now, and you get that more consistent swing. And the big thing is, if you're not actually getting through and completing your action using the Duke's ball, the ball can slide away from you. You know, you might be looking to bowl an outswing, it could get down the leg side. So, you know, you've got to really be on top of your game when you're out here using this particular ball in these conditions.
Likes the cut shot and plays it well. Will not find the fence, but a couple of runs will give this partnership 50 runs. It's been a good recovery because they were looking circumspect, Pakistan batting. been entirely there against the moving delivery, and so the progress of Irish bowling has been halted through this very good effort from Haris and Asad. Stop feeding in there. They've got a fielder at deep point now. It's 64 for 2. Pakistani coach Mickey Arthur should be a bit relaxed now after an uneasy start. Could be the last over before lunch.
We've got a player moving out to the deep square leg boundary. So that'll be interesting to see if Thompson runs in and see if he can put one up around the helmet area to see if he takes on the hook this late leading into lunch. Or it could be out there for a bit of protection and that ball's just sliding onto the leg stump.
Used that shorter length, that bumper length this session. I think they've hardly bowled a bouncer. Most teams do get it right against Pakistan by hitting that length, that shorter length. I think that fielder is a good fielder, just to keep the batsman honest, thinking that there's one short ball coming your way. That's the next plan, or should be the next plan of Ireland. Let's see how they cope with the shorter stuff.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think that probably also reflects the makeup of the team. You know, you probably only really got Boyd Rankin that can really come through and ask questions of that ball coming, you know, around the shoulder area. You know, Mirza's, you know, medium pace. Thompson and Kane are the same. So, you know, if they are going to bowl that short ball, it's got to be well directed, and you know, obviously have the field out there like they do, just to try and mix up their length and.
That's not a bad ploy at all, because this pitch has a spongy kind of a bounce, so the ball can stop at times, and so that pull shot can become a little difficult to execute.
It's pretty well. Directed, sort of heading over sort of the off stump line. Be a brave batsman to take that on just this close to lunch. 2 men out.
From Ireland in the field, and that's an excellent example of that. So at lunch, Pakistan 67 for 2. The recovery has been challenged by high at the end of that session with that recovery partnership of 54.
You know, a bit of an arm wrestle heading in towards that sort of first drinks break, and then Pakistan's experienced batters there have come to the fore and really built a good partnership of 54 of 122 balls. So Pakistan, for me, would certainly be going in the happier into this lunch break.
Yeah, bowling was good in patches, especially the first burst. The first half an hour was very good from Ireland, and then the conditions eased, and so now they're up against it, courtesy of this partnership. Right, the opener struggle. Hazar Ali was dismissed early in the piece, as was Imam ul Haq. But Haris Sohail has looked good. It's rock solid, and Nasser Shafiq has played a couple of lovely cut shots. This innings of 22.
Here you have the wickets, the first wicket from Boyd Rankin. Someone just left the batsman a little bit there, playing a little bit out in front of himself, and a good catch by the skipper Porterfield at second slip. And Mirza have been attacking those stumps all day, you know, pitching probably just on middle stump there and going on to hit off. It's a good shout, and a thoroughly deserved wicket for him, especially the way the two opening bowlers performed. You know, day two of the first test that's been played in Ireland.
It's lovely out there. The sun is beaming. That was the first over there. A horrific collision. Imam ul Haq was down for the count. I bowl well.